Hello, YouTube. This is VicViper2345 bringing you a video game review for Sonic Classic Collection for the Nintendo DS. It retails for about $30 in most stores, and it contains 4 games: Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and Sonic & Knuckles. It also contains the lock-on titles for Sonic & Knuckles, Knuckles and Sonic 2, and Knuckles and Sonic 3, or Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It just calls it Knuckles and Sonic 3 in this collection. The games themselves on the collections probably need no introduction just due to the fact that they've been released over 20 times, and I'm probably not exaggerating when I'm saying that. So I'm just going to discuss the collection itself. To play these games on the DS doesn't seem like it'd be too hard just because they're Genesis titles and they only take up like 3 megabytes a piece. Except for Sonic and 3 and Knuckles, that takes up about 24. Just because it's 2 games combined, but that's beside the point. They do run the games respectably well, but there are some major technical issues, sort of, especially where the frame rate's involved. It doesn't run as smoothly as the originals do, which is fine because they still run pretty decent, but it's just something that needs to be addressed. The frame rate chugs on occasion, but it never gets so bad that it becomes unplayable, like another Sonic game that I know that I'm not going to mention. But that's, again, beside the point. The game runs Sonic 1, 2, and 3 pretty smoothly, but Sonic and Knuckles has some weird issues with the music, which is fine. And not to mention the special stages in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles have a tendency to get choppy and break up on occasion, which is, again, not that big of an issue, but still, it needs to be addressed. The game comes with very, very slight extra content. Basically, about 28 images, I believe, of Sonic in his heyday. Back when he was first released, he didn't have the green irises or the long spikes. He had a fat belly and that kind of thing. Which is interesting to see if you've never seen Sonic like that before, which you should have. But I know newer fans of the Sonic the Hedgehog series probably never seen them before. So, it could be interesting if you're new to the Sonic the Hedgehog series, but if you're a classic big-time fan of it, you're not going to even notice they're there anyway, so it's just basically throwaway content. It's nothing worth mentioning. The interface is flawed. It's not it's functionable, but it's not very Sonic-ish. It's just basically blue with Sonic text. It's just a whole bunch of menus. That doesn't really matter, I know, but it's just something that's noticeably weird. Which is fine, really. It just didn't seem right for these kind of games. This didn't get the correct treatment, I think. It's just really good, functional games on a half-assed compilation, which really isn't that big of a deal. Considering the high quality of the games, it's less than the sum of its parts, but it doesn't really matter because the parts are so good. Referencing an IGN review, I think, for God of War Collection, but that's beside the point. So, is Sonic Classic Collection worth it? It depends on who you ask. If you're a Sonic fan and you want to play the games on the go, I highly recommend it. Pick it up. But if you're a casual Sonic fan who just wants to get the Sonic games, this is not the one for you. You want to get something like Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection on the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3. That would be your best bet. So, all in all, it's a decent classic collection. All the games are fantastic on it. They run decent, although with problems. There's minimal extra content, so if you're looking for that, you're not going to find it. It's basically just throwaway stuff. You're not going to even pay attention to it in the first place. So, I would highly recommend getting it if you're just looking for the 4 essential Sonic games in the collection. I would give Sonic Classic Collection about an 8 out of 10. Decent effort, although the game is probably just a quick cash-in, as expected. But I'm not complaining. This is Vic Viper 2345 signing off.